أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In this session, we are going to look into how to report SmartPLS results in a research paper. Now, I have opened a few of my papers in different journals and where I have used SmartPLS. Now, how do I extract the information that I want to report from SmartPLS into a research paper? So, we are going to look into what to report and how to report and where to report. So, I've got another example here. And then I've got one example for higher order construct as well. Here, USR is a higher order construct. Now I've got a whole complete playlist of around 40 videos on how to use SmartPLS. I'm not going to get into any detail of how to develop or design your measurement model, higher order constructs, their differentiations. All those details of measurement model, structural model, higher order constructs, lower order constructs, they are available in the playlist, and the playlist will be shared in the description. Now let's assume I've got a model that looks like this. Now my assumption here is that let's assume all these are my lower order constructs, and in my study there are no higher order constructs. And all these variables are interlinked with each other. So the first scenario could be that you are doing an analysis for a research paper that has no higher order constructs and all are lower order constructs, like this. And they are interrelated with each other. So what is your first step? Your first step is assessing the measurement model. And in the measurement model, what we do is we assess the factor loading, the alpha, the composite reliability, and the AVE. Now, alpha and composite reliability are the measures of construct reliability. So whenever you are using SCM, the first step is your measurement model assessment, whereby you look into your factor loadings. Now, after factor loadings, you assess the construct reliability that includes the alpha and composite reliability, and this AVE is a measure of convergent validity, that is part of your construct validity assessment. Now, once you assess your measurement model, how do you get the results for measurement model? Let's say this is my model. I haven't got any moderators, let's assume. So first thing, measurement model assessment, run PLS SCM algorithm. Path, standardized default, all good, press start. Now here are your results. This is the graphical output. Just right click, export as image, export, and then you can save it on your computer. Now once that is done, here are my factor loadings. Now you can have factor loadings in the form of matrix like this, or you can have them in the form of list like this. Now the issue is you cannot copy them directly into Word. They won't be in a table format. So you have to copy them to Excel, and then let's say this is the sheet, and here you paste it. Here are your results. Now once you've got the loadings, you can arrange these here. Let's say the first one is VIS. So where is VIS? Here is VIS. So I'm just going to cut it, and let us paste it at the top here. Right click, insert cut cells. Now similarly, you can arrange all the other cells, or you can just put them in one single column as a list here. Now with this list, you've got construct reliability and validity. Here it is, alpha, row A, row C, and average variance extracted. So you can just make one table, just copy it here, paste it here. Now since all these value will be, you can cut them and just put them here so that all the loadings are in one column. You can copy and paste these here and make a table just like this one here. You have to rearrange the values. Okay, now after you have done your first table with loadings, reliability and convergent validity, the next is your discriminant validity. And here is your discriminant validity. So heterotrait monotrait ratio, again you can copy it to Excel. And then there is the most widely used or commonly used previously, that was Farnell and Larker criterion. Now both are used. Obviously there are some issues with Farnell and Larker criterion. The new criterion is normally reported these days. But however, you can report both of them. Simply copy them to Excel and then copy them from Excel to your Word document. Now, similarly, let's have a look at the other paper here. Same reliability and validity, and similarly, you can write this text to explain your results. Now, once this is done, the next step is your structural model. Now, after you do your measurement model here, look at this. These are your measurement model results. Now, in this case, we had samples from 3 countries, so that's why you see like the whole table has been compressed into 3 subtables for each sample. These are cross loadings, and now the structural results. This is HTMT. So both Farnell and Larker criterion and HTMT merged into one single table, where the values above this diagonal, these italic values, are your HTMT values below, or on the italics, these values here are the square root of AV, and these values here at the or below the square root of AV are the correlations. Now, how do you report structural relationship? Now, once you are done with your measurement model, you have reported the loadings. Here it is. You have reported the alpha, CR, AVE, VIF if you want to. You have reported the convergent and discriminant validity. Here it is, the discriminant validity along with discriminant validity using both Farnell and Larker, and cross loadings. Normally cross loadings are not reported, but this was a different paper. We wanted to obviously present findings in a different manner, so we had those results. Now here it is. Discriminant validity reported and established using Farnell and Larker criterion. Now once this is done, the next step is your structural model assessment, whereby you test your hypothesis and present whether or not those hypotheses were substantiated or not. So this is how you do it after structural model. So structural model assessment after the measurement model assessment, and each hypothesis substantiated. So you write about what the hypothesis does and whether or not it was substantiated or not. So you report your beta value, t value and p value. Let's say this is my model and I do not have any higher order construct. So how do I get the results for my structural model assessment? Go to bootstrapping. Now these days it's recommended to have 10,000, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to have maybe, let's say 1,000 for quicker results. Bias corrected and accelerated bootstrap for stable solution. One-tailed, because I know the possible direction of relationships. Let's start. Now here are your results. Where are my hypothesis results? Here they are. Path coefficients, beta value, your standard deviation, t statistics and p values. Now these are my hypothesis. This is insignificant, significant, significant, insignificant. So value over 0.05 is insignificant. Similarly, you can copy it to Excel. Now thereby you can bring it into your Word document and then report it like this. So your hypothesis, your relationship, beta, standard deviation, t value, p value, and whether that p value or whether that hypothesis was supported or not. Now similarly, you can have your mediation results as well. So where are my mediation results? Specific indirect effects. Here are all the possible mediation, but obviously we are not going to report every single mediation path. We are just going to report that fits our conceptual scope. Now this is how you report a simple model that has no higher order construct, a simple model with all lower order construct. You first do your measurement model and then you test your structural relationships. Now let's assume I've got a model that has subdimensions. Like USR here has 3 subdimensions. Where are those subdimensions? Here they are. So University Social Responsibility has 3 subdimensions. And here are the questions. It has got ethical responsibility, research and development responsibility, and philanthropic responsibility. Now again, the first step is all lower order constructs entered into SmartPLS model. Whether or not you have got higher order constructs or not, the first thing is you have to do all your lower order constructs and report their reliability and validity. So this is my measurement model for that paper, all lower order constructs here. So these are the three sub-dimensions of USR, which is a higher order construct. But again, the first step is all lower order constructs, irrespective of whether they have a higher order construct or not. Now in this case, again, the study was done in 2 countries. So I've got a table with the sample from Pakistan, China, and complete, and each sample for each sample I've got its alpha, CR, and AVE. Now you can have your loadings as well. Now moving on, after reliability and validity, again, since now you have validated the lower order construct, before you move on to your structural model, you have to validate your higher order construct. Now to validate your higher order construct, it can be reflective-reflective or reflective-formative. The videos are available in the playlist, and you can watch how to analyze a reflective-reflective or reflective-formative higher order construct. Now in this case, I've got a reflective-formative one. So first, before you move on to test your hypothesis here, you have to validate your higher order construct. So my higher order construct is university social responsibility. All other constructs in the study are lower order. So I have to report VIF, outer weights, the T statistics for the outer weights, the P values for the outer weights, the outer loadings, and the P values for the outer loadings. And how to write it? Here is an example. The link of the paper will also be shared in the description. So this is how you write when you are validating your higher order construct. All other lower order constructs, they are validated here. Now once you do that, you do your validation. The next step is you go for your hypothesis testing. Now again, I'm using or taking USR at a higher level, so I do not need to test my hypothesis at this level. So where is my higher order construct? Here it is. Now here USR has been taken as a higher order construct. Look at this. It has got 3 items. Now these were dimensions at the lower level, and this is formative. Now how do I test my hypothesis? Again, go to bootstrapping, run it. Let's do quickly. Normally 5,000 to 10,000 is recommended. One-tailed, start, and now here are your results that you will get. You will put it in like this. So this is for Pakistan, China, and the overall sample. So this is how you can report a model that has only lower order constructs. And if a model has higher order construct as well, this is how you report it. So when a model has higher order construct, you first validate the lower order constructs, all the lower order constructs, then validate the higher order construct, and then report your or check your hypothesis and substantiate your hypothesis. So this is how you can report the results from SmartPLS. This is the structure of reporting the results. Thank you very much.